Welcome back to the IC's Pixels podcast. This is Anthony.
And this is David.
Wow, I got tired in the last 10 minutes. So we're back. We're, like we mentioned in the last podcast, we're making an effort to go from recording and having a new post up every other week. Or every other week that we remember to record, to actually getting it up once a week. So
yeah, possibly we might not commit to once a week.
Well, we can't not commit to it before we even try. So
you're right. We'll see what happens.
Yeah, this is our effort to be more consistent. So
yeah.
Pray church, as they say. Thoughts and prayers are appreciated. Thoughts
and prayers are well, anyway, that's a different topic. But yeah, thoughts and prayers, everyone if thoughts and prayers actually counted for a lot. I know they mean something to some people, but
yeah,
I feel like that's like the cop out. Like, oh yeah, thoughts and prayers.
Well, I used it as a hashtag today, but I did something different with it. It was more so talking about my thoughts and prayers about something. I don't know. I thought it applied, but I thought it was interesting because I use that hashtag, even though usually unfortunately it's become a way of, some people of course are genuine about it, but it's also used by a lot of people to be dismissive. So
yeah.
It's become the same as typing LOL. It's like you didn't actually laugh out loud.
I was thinking about that the other day because I was on Skype, or not Skype, but like chat with somebody, said something that was mildly humorous, and they replied LOL, and they're like sitting like right next to me basically. So I'm like, I know you didn't laugh,
and definitely not out loud. Yeah,
but whatever. It's like ha ha ha. That was courtesy.
Yeah.
But anyway,
so no, we didn't have a specific topic, but I can complain about work today. Well, just working with I don't know. Have you ever had to work with a outside firm that kind of does what you do, but you basically have to work with them to help them do what you do?
Yeah, a few times.
Well, I don't know. It's something that's going on right now, and it's kind of a frustration. At first, it was like a situation was like, oh, wow, why are we hiring these people to do this? Basically, to do my job. That's kind of scary. Mm-hmm. And then it's turned into, why did we hire them if I have to do their job? It turned into like, what are we paying them for if I have to do all of this stuff for them? So, it's a situation where it's like they're supposed to be building a website, but it's like, okay, we need this. Okay, here's a content matrix that I just found out what that was today. And it was like, okay, we need you to tell us exactly what content goes in every spot on the website, and then provide us with the images and icons. And then seems like it's like, okay, I thought we were paying you to do this. Mm-hmm. And it's like, but we're having to do all this legwork to set everything up so that you can copy and paste it into the right places. And
well, typically, I don't know. I've been in that situation, but I would say I think it really has to be defined in some kind of contract or something that says who's gonna do what. Because typically, if I'm working on a website for someone, I expect them to provide all the content.
Yeah.
But if they don't have images, I'll say, okay, I can do that. That's an extra cost. If you don't have your copy, I can do copywriting for you, but that's an extra cost. Things like finding icons for them, that's on me. That's part of the design. That's not on them.
Yeah. Well, we're making I make custom icons and all that kind of stuff. Mm-hmm. So, I understand that, providing that for them and everything, but it's more so basically us. The assumption from our end was, at least from my end and other people on my team, was that they were putting some real thought into it and coming back with their professional suggestions on how things should be laid out, or oh, okay, we'll do it like this, and I think we think this is a good idea and everything. But what it's turned into is
they're just doing it for you. They're just keyboard operators.
Yeah, it doesn't seem. I mean, maybe some thought went into it somewhere along the way, but it just feels like we're just providing them everything that we want, but they're not actually. I don't know. I don't know what was in the contract. I ain't signed that and all that. It's just a frustration I'm having right now. So I don't know. It's interesting learning how different people do different things, and it just makes you think, like, man, wow, like,
yeah,
this is what y'all charging for.
Yeah, so I've been in a similar situation. One of my first jobs I had when I moved up here to DC is like I was the internal graphics guy for like a marketing promotion team, and then the company they like went through a merger, and so there was an outside company that was brought in to like redo all their websites and all this other stuff. And so as the local guy, I had to interface with them a little bit, and I just sat in on a couple of meetings, but mostly they were doing their own thing. But I had to update something on some website or something. I forget. Anyway, I had to do something, and it gave me an opportunity to interact with them. And it was annoying because I felt like we're stepping on toes a little bit. And I was like, I could do that. You don't have to pay them.
Yeah.
You know, they were getting paid a lot of money just to do the simple stuff. And I was like, I could do that.
Yeah.
Like, you ain't got to pay them that much. But it was a good experience, I would say, because I got to interact with them and I saw how they interacted like with the CEO of the company and stuff like that, and how they basically dressed up what they were offering to make it seem like it was worth a lot more than it actually was. So that was informative. And then also I looked at it from a networking perspective, because I had the like some of the stuff I had done was they had to work with it. So I was giving them files and they were seeing my work too. So it was an opportunity to just kind of shine on my own, not necessarily to upstage them, but I was definitely like doing my best so that whatever they saw of mine, they would be like, oh, I know who that is. And if I ever needed to get a job, I could probably, hit them up and possibly get in on with them.
I did have that thought also. Hopefully we'll see how they feel about us when we get done with this. But because I think it's definitely a situation where they came in and now we have a team of people like me, designer, we have a content writer on staff, and we have an SEO guy on staff. So technically we could do everything they're doing, but so I don't know. I think they're not used to working with a company that could really do this stuff. So they're, some of the things that they're providing, it's like, we'll definitely work on somebody else, but on us, we're like, what is this? I don't know. There's been communication problems all along. So, I mean, I don't know. That's just what I'm dealing with.
But I could definitely see how that would make you and other people that work there nervous, because it's like, you hired someone to do my job.
Well, yeah, that was a thought at first, but now I don't think that's a thought because we're having to do a lot of the work. So,
well, as long as management is aware, then I guess it's not a big deal.
Well, and I'm able to focus on, because I mean, for a while there, I'm doing web design or whatever, which coding and all that isn't my strongest area or something that I'm passionate about. It's more so design, and I'm really wanting to get more into UX. So this ties into something that we had talked about, and I kind of stumbled on it. I started learning Adobe XD.
Oh yeah, it's not. No, it's not.
But we talked about.
I used it for like one day. And I was like, okay.
No, yeah, it's easy. It's great though, because I'm like, oh, I can get more into this and get away from using Photoshop to design stuff. But yeah, I really like it. And have you used so they have a thing in there where you can like make a list of so if you wanted like repeating data, like a table of data, you can kind of just repeat a grid.
Yeah.
Oh, that thing is amazing.
Because I hate doing that in Photoshop.
That thing is amazing. Yeah, no, it's super annoying. No, that part is amazing. That's one of my favorite things in there, and I haven't done it yet to present, but how you can link everything and show that whole process, so you could show a whole website. I'm looking forward to doing that. So I used it
recently on a project. I had already built the site, so it was I didn't even need to use it, I guess. But I wanted to show somebody basically a mock-up of the site and how interaction was going to work and stuff like that. So I built it in XD, And all I did was I just took a bunch of screenshots of the actual site and then linked them all together so they could see, like, if you click here, it's going to take you here, and then here, and then here, like that type of stuff. And it was cool for that.
Yeah.
But I've also seen it used. I've also used it like for mocking up like a full, like, from scratch design.
Yeah. That's what I'm doing.
But it was
now,
more
yeah.
like I use it more for like wireframes,
use...
honestly. Because if I'm actually going to do the design, I'm not definitely not going to do it in there because it doesn't have the design tools I need.
Well, you can. Oh, well, I mean, depending on what you're going to do, I mean, you have the pen tool. I don't know what else you need.
Yeah, but like, I guess like for working with images and stuff like that, like if I'm trying to really make it look really good, I probably wouldn't do it in there.
Well, yeah, you edit the image somewhere else and then just pull it in. But yeah, I mean, yeah. But yeah, definitely for wireframes and some, setting up an app or something like that, because you're not going to have all that kind of fancy, stuff on an app. But I don't know. That's something we said we were going to learn a new software. So I've been learning that.
Have you used any of their because they have like plugins and toolkits that you can use for like, here's all the Windows buttons. Here's like some Mac looking buttons. Here's like material design buttons and drop downs and form fields and that type of stuff.
Oh no, I just started using it last week.
Yeah, so I've used that because the project I was working on, we were using Angular material, and so it's got like a specific look to it. And I was like, I'm not trying to recreate this exact style. And I found a download where you could download like the Windows 10 style or Windows drop downs. Like, so, on the website you have forums with drop downs, stuff like that. So you could download that stuff and just plug it in, which made it easier for what I was doing.
Yeah. Yeah. No, it's pretty cool. I mean, and I really would like to get more into the design side of things and less on the, coding part of things, because that definitely limited my design, because I was like, okay,
now I got to figure out how to code this.
I think this will look good. I don't know how to make this, so we're not going to do that. So I don't know. It's interesting. So I mean, that's the kind of direction I've been leaning recently, and that's something I really like to explore more. So we'll see how that goes. So I check that off of my to-do list.
Yeah, it's only
for the year. Yeah. So I don't know.
Yeah, I've been doing a lot of UX stuff. So I've been working on an application. It's supposed to be launching soon, and I've finally got the opportunity to actually talk with some of the users of the application. That's been very informative to find out, like, do they even like the UX that's been put together? Because I'm putting together stuff like, so when you're doing UX, the challenging part is that you may do what makes sense to you, but you're not you're not using this, like for an application at least, you're not the one using it every day. For a website, it may be a little generic because it's like, well, it's just a website, so it doesn't have to be anything too unique or whatever. But you as a designer, as a person who uses a computer all the time, your perspective on things is like, oh, it's obvious where the search box is. It's right there. And the other person, they don't think the same way. So it's very helpful to like do user interviews and stuff like that, to talk to them, find out how are they thinking about things, or how do they think through the process. Like, so like one thing we did was like, we had users say, okay, I need you to find this page and do this action. Give them no instructions. And just watching them to see how they went about it and having them talk through the process. Like, okay, so I'm going over here because this help button has the information, looks like this is where I need to go. Or, oh, this heading looks like where the information I'm looking for should be. So I'm going to go over here and then I'm going to do this and that and whatever. So that's very informative, because then you see how they think and you're like, oh, I didn't realize that, that color threw someone off, or that description wasn't clear enough, or whatever it is.
Yeah. Yeah. No, yeah, and that'll be good. I mean, that's one thing I've liked now that I have more of a team that I'm working with. So, I mean, you can definitely get some feedback from different, in different perspectives from people. So, for sure.
So on your team, would you say that you're one of you're like the only designer person, right?
Yeah, I have yet to work with other designers.
Do you feel, so I saw someone posting online about this, do you feel nervous Or how does it make you feel to be the big fish in the small pond?
Like being the only designer.
Yeah. Or well, I was going to compare it to also like a situation where you're like the lead designer. But if you've never worked with another designer, then that's kind of impossible.
Basically, you mean like being the decision maker?
No, not that, but just like there's not like you don't have anybody you're learning from. Like you're responsible for your own learning and stuff.
Yeah,
I guess it's similar to being a freelance person where.
I guess I don't know anything else. I've never not been in this situation, so I don't know. I mean, part of me is eager to be in a situation like that just to see what I can learn. Yeah. But yeah, I haven't been in a situation like that where, you know, I was, you know, the junior designer or, you know, or whatever, or middle. I haven't been in a situation like that yet, so I don't even know how that would. I don't even know what that looks like.
Yeah, I kind of.
So I don't know. I'm not even sure what that feels like.
I've never had that experience either, and so I would almost like to be in that position because I maybe it's that whole imposter syndrome or whatever, but I feel like I could learn a lot from somebody who's been doing this for a long time. But then I look back and I'm like, wait a minute, I've been doing this for a long time.
Yeah, so exactly. Because that's the thing I'm worried about. You're gonna get in there and be like, oh wait, you suck. I mean, well, I remember my teacher in college. Not that he sucked, but like, I wasn't impressed with his designs. Mm-hmm. I'll say that. So I mean, I don't know. I mean, and then I don't know. I'm just used to being disappointed in people. So, I mean, it'd be amazing to get in a situation with somebody I could learn from. But on the other hand, I wouldn't be surprised if I got in a situation where I'm supposed to learn from somebody, but it's like, oh, okay, well, they're not that great.
Yeah. Well, I mean, like design skills, they're not the only things that there are to learn.
No. There may be management skills or a lot of things like that, you know.
Yeah. I'm not seeking out that situation. If I end up there, it'll be interesting to see and just find out from somebody who's been in it for a while. But yeah, most of the people I've met and talked to, even people that have been doing it for a little longer than me, I was like, okay, I don't feel like I'm learning that much.
I mean, I what I would like to learn is how to, you know, processes, you know, like maybe how people are managing their time or their projects, you know, or you know, or if it's a freelance person, like how you're charging people, you know, stuff. That's things I would like to learn from. I mean, as far as like design techniques, like, I mean, sure, you know, I try to always get inspiration from everything. So I'm always learning from whoever, even if they don't mean to be teaching me anything. So I can't really count that, but I think I would learn the most from just how they're doing things. And you know how things operate in a bigger situation, how that works with multiple designers, just how that collaboration works. Yeah, because I mean, I haven't really done that since college.
Yeah. The last time I was in that situation was definitely in college, and then since then it's just been you're the designer, or I was either working for myself or I was the designer, and so like if I did stuff terribly, I didn't find out until maybe I was looking back at it and I was like, wow, that was trash, or like. I saw someone else, like I saw like another designer and they looked at it and they gave feedback, or like we were talking about at the beginning, when another company came in to do something and they commented like, yeah, well, this could be a little better here. And I was like, oh, oops. Yeah.
Well, in my situation, I came in and it was like, I really feel like they gave us some little out of the box designs. They weren't great. I didn't think they were great. Honestly, it was only like 2 designs, but there was like a design and a variation of the design. So there was 4 designs in total, but really 2. And one was out of, you know, kind of a little bit, you know, aggressive shapes, not aggressive shapes, but a little more creative and less template like. And then the other one was hot garbage, like the most basic template, you know, template. You know, you could find feel to it. And I really feel like they weren't that great at designing or they phoned it in.
Well, I mean, do you think it could have been the situation where they just wanted you to pick a certain one? Because it's like, well, this is
That's what I mean. Like I almost felt like maybe they did it on purpose. So I guess that's the third reason they did it on purpose, so that we pick a certain one.
purposeful misdirection.
They just aren't that great at design,
Mm-hmm.
or they just phoned it in. We're like, here, just give them this thing that we threw together at one point. Because I ended up having to design. We were giving them notes, and I ended up having to design the whole page, lay it out exactly how we wanted. Like, okay, here, just make it like this, please. And so I mean, it's frustrating, but I mean, it's interesting. I mean, that's what I don't know. Maybe maybe I'll end up in a situation where I can actually learn from somebody. We'll see, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know.
Yeah, I think in terms of learning, I think sometimes we expect it to come from someone sitting with you and like, okay, here's what you should do.
Teach me, sensei.
Click on the blur tool. But a lot of times I think from the things I've learned, it have not been that way. Of course, I've learned like through traditional methods, YouTube and all that type of stuff. Photoshop training channel, Peter McKinnon, right. All that type of stuff. But I think a lot of the stuff I've learned in terms of like presenting my work and techniques and stuff like that has been either through seeing other people's bad examples. Well, most of it has been through bad examples, honestly. Like seeing the way people did things poorly, and I'm like, okay, note to self, don't do that. Or every once in a while, you'll see someone do a really good job, but most of the really good jobs I see are not from people I work with or anything like that. It's generally other people, like on the internet somewhere.
Yeah. Yeah, I'd be interested. I mean, I think they have places here in town where I could go and maybe, take little classes and just see, or just be around and see what other people are doing. Mm-hmm. Something I'd be interested in doing, just see what I can get for inspiration, or just like how people do things, because I don't know, learning is good.
Yep.
And I think like for both of us, the thing that'll take us to that, whatever that next level is, or whatever, it's learning more of the, I guess, business side of it. Yeah. The management side of it. I mean, even though, I don't know. I like designing, though. I don't want to just sit there and tell other people to design things. I do like designing things, so I don't know. It's a weird. I don't know. It's we'll have to figure it out, but not today. Well, I guess that's all we have for today's episode. I'm getting really tired. We're gonna try to go to the gym in the morning at like 5:45.
Have you been keeping up with all your gym resolutions?
Yeah, I mean, we've been doing it long enough now that it's not even a real. It's
it's just an assumed thing.
It's just a lifestyle.
Okay.
You know that song.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I mean we've been doing it long enough that it's a lifestyle. So I mean it's mostly just being keep on doing what we're doing. And
do you find it offensive when people who obviously don't exercise wear exercise clothes?
Offensive?
I don't know. So there's this lady I work with, or young lady I work with. She's not like overweight or anything, but recently she just started wearing yoga pants to work like every day. And it's like, okay, that's a bit much for work.
So you're saying she's appropriating fitness?
No. I just thought it was interesting that people just wear that. She actually does go to the gym, and so it's not a problem, but it's just interesting.
Well, unfortunately, a lot of people go to the gym and exercise. I mean, I hear what you're saying. That's unfortunate, but a lot of people go to the gym and exercise, but don't see any progress because they're doing stuff wrong. So,
well, I think that applies to a lot of things.
Yeah.
If the other things you're doing, if you're not doing enough positive to outweigh the negative that you're doing, then you might as well not do anything.
Yeah.
Well, let me not say that. You might. It's good to continue trying, but you want to make sure that the positive is outweighing the negative, so that you have a positive sum and not just a net zero.
Yeah.
Anyway,
speak on it, King. Okay. Not entirely, but yeah. Okay.
Thanks for tuning in. Yeah, we're trying to be consistent. So wish us luck. Keep us in your thoughts and prayers. All that good stuff. Check out our store on our website, alienmuffin.threadless.com.
Bong.
Yeah, I need to say that with confidence.
Next time we should, just a thought for next episode, we'll talk about something I heard something about recently. Crap, I just went blank. Intellectual property.
Okay.
So
tune into our next episode about intellectual property coming soon, possibly
next week,
maybe.
We're going to post. We have them up on Tuesday, so next Tuesday. Or wait, no.
Yeah, see, that's what I was talking about. All right. Well, thanks for tuning in. Stop recording.
Yes.